Good morning, students. In the last class, we already discussed, we already understand about the water and what do you mean by water and what is water characters. Yes or no? And afterwards, we understand about the oceans. So what do you mean by oceans? Okay, you can see there is a situation of oceans, and also afterwards we understand about the rivers. How the rivers are useful for the human beings and how the rivers are useful for the animals. We understand. Next one, we understand about the springs and we understand about the wells and also we understand about the ponds and we understand about the reservoirs. So these types we understand about the water and about the sources. So these are in the last class we are understand these all things. But now see that is a very important, that is the water pollution. That is what? Water pollution. Dear students, you also saw some diseases named like malaria, dengue, chikungunya, cholera. So you also heard these type of the diseases names. Why these type of the diseases are attack on human beings? By meeting the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are grow in the polluted water. The female mosquitoes lay the eggs in the water. The time the eggs grow as a mosquitoes. Yes, so these mosquitoes are bait to the peoples. The time the peoples are suffering from these type of the diseases like malaria, cholera, then which one that is a dengue, chikungunya. Yes, so that is one more reason that is a water pollution. By drinking that wastewater, by drinking that polluted water or contaminated water, the time the people are facing several problems. The time the people are facing the several problems, several diseases also, several health problems. Appo, all of you understand? Sound is clear, Appo? The sound is clear, Manga?
No, sir.
Appo, sound is clear now?
Yes, sir.
Pass.
Yes, sir.
Srujana, you tell me. You only tell me, Srujana. Sound is clear?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All of your mic. See, students, due to some technical issues, okay, the sound is not clear and video is also not clear. Now see, students, we already discussed about the waters. We already understand about the waters in the last class, and also the water is also called life liquid, and also the 70% of earth is covered by the water. Next, we understand about that which one that the rivers and the oceans, springs, wells, and about the reservoirs and the ponds. So this type we understand up to reservoirs. Now see that is a water pollution. Now see that water pollution. See, students, water pollution. So it is affect to the nature. The water pollution is affect to the nature, and also it is directly or indirectly it is affect to the living system. Living system. Why? Because most animals, almost all animals and plants depends on these natural resources. Which one? That is the water. So when the water is polluted, the time it is affect to the living system. it is affect to the plants also, it is affect to the animals also. Because the water is essential, the water is necessary to the all type of living organisms. If water is contaminated, if water is polluted, the time it is affect to the living organisms like animals, birds, plants, these all things. So we also want good water. It means potable water. Potable it means what? Drinkable water. See students, the water physically polluted by the mud, the garbage and the papers and the food residuals. The water is physically polluted by mud and the garbage and paper and food residuals, etc. So these type of the unwanted things, the unwanted materials are mixed with water. That time the water will be contaminated. The contaminated water is what? It is a polluted water. That is, that polluted water, that contaminated water, it is a very affected to the living system. It is a disturb of living system health. It is disturb the animals' health also. Clear all of you? So these type will be the water pollutions. It is directly or indirectly affected to the all type of living organisms. All type of living organisms. Because the water is the main natural resources in the living system. The water is essential in our daily life. Not only in our life, you can take any kind of organism, you can take any kind of animals. With all animals and all plants, human beings, all are depends on water. All are depends on water. But if water is contaminated, or if water is contaminated or mixed with unwanted things, it means waste materials like a physical water is physically polluted by the mud or garbage and paper and food residuals, etc. The time the good water will become contaminated water, the potable water will become contaminated water. It means it is polluted water. It means polluted water. Clear all of you? So these type will be, we see that water pollution in our surroundings. First of all, the water mixed with the industrial chemicals. Do you know what industrial? Like factories. You can see in our Budor surroundings. Yes, sir, several industries are there. Yes, sir. See, the water is mixed with industrial chemicals and the chemical fertilizers and insecticides which have a dangerous components turn the water is poisonous. If the industrial waste like chemicals, it means industrial chemicals, if industrial, it means fertilizers and the chemicals and insecticides and pesticides and weedicides and which have dangerous components, is turned to the water to the poisonous. If these type of the chemicals, these type of the wastes are mixed with the water, the time the water is turned to the poisonous. The time the water is turned to the poisonous. Clear all of it? So these type will be the good water. It means that potable water is turned to the poisonous water. It turned to the poisonous water. Clear all of it? Yes. Drinking this type of the water, drinking this poisonous water, this water may cause diseases like cholera, diarrhea and dysentery. This type of the water is dangerous to the human life. If we drink that this type of water, which the poisonous water, it means what? This water is mixed with potable water is mixed with what? Fertilizers, chemicals, insecticides, pesticides, pesticides and the industrial chemicals. In that time, it's become what? Poisonous water. It turns on poisonous water. It is dangerous to the health. The poisonous water, dangerous water, it is dangerous to the health. That time it may cause the diseases like a cholera and the diarrhea and the dysentery and etc. So these type of diseases, we are facing the several variety type of the diseases. Several diseases by drinking that poisonous water, by drinking that contaminated water. It means polluted water. If you drink that this type of the polluted water, that time we are facing that this type of the diseases, dysentery, cholera. Yes, sir. Clear? Okay. Sometimes it may even lead to death also. Sometimes if we drink that this type of the poisonous water, the time it may even lead to death also. If animals or human beings can take any kind of animals, if drink that this type of the contaminated water or polluted water or that poisonous water, that time it may even lead to death also. Okay. Next, the contaminated water extinguish the aquatic life also. If this type of the industrial waste, if this type of the industrial chemicals or insecticides or pesticides, whatever it may be, this type of the unwanted materials are mixed with the water. In that time, the water will be poisonous. It turns into the poisonous. It means it is a contaminated water. In that time, it is that contaminated water is extinguish the aquatic life also. It means aquatic animals also sometimes loses their life. It will be dies. Aquatic animals like fish, these all things. Clear all of you? So this time it is a dangerous to the aquatic life also. It is dangerous to the aquatic life also. So this time will be the water pollution is directly or indirectly it is dangerous to the living system. Dangerous to the living system. Next one is the afterwards. In that time we should not drink the contaminated water. We should not drink that contaminated water. So must and should you, all of you drink that potable water. It is good for health. If you drink that contaminated water, it means poisonous water. That time you also facing the several problems. You facing the several diseases also. That time you are facing the several diseases also, like a cholera and the malaria, like a dysentery, these all things. Okay. Now see, the health can be maintained properly by drinking the potable water. The health can be maintained properly by drinking the potable water. It is good for health. Which one? It is a potable water, but not that poisonous water, but not that polluted water. Clear? Yes. So this type will be, we understand this lesson. It means actually water pollution. Okay. Now see students, in the last class we already understand water, oceans, rivers, springs, wells, ponds and reservoirs. Now we can differentiate water pollution. Okay, this lesson is completed. Okay, I will continue next class. Thank you so much.